Gohan's obtained a provisional license, and as part of the work-study program, he's now going to Endeavor's agency. How's this work-study going to go, though? We'll cover all that and more in this 5th part of What If Gohan Was in My Hero Academia. A man stands outside of Endeavor Agency's HQ. He proclaims to everyone around him, he's going to be number 1. No, he is number 1. There's a lot of cheers. The man puts up a very charismatic front. He's waiting to confront Endeavor live on the air, but it seems he's not here at the moment. But at least he's still drumming up media hype for himself. Anyways, right now, Endeavor's out with Gohan. He's taken him under his wing. They don't have any major missions, and while Gohan hears of what his friends are going through with Overhaul, he doesn't feel FOMO. Of course, he wishes he were there to help them, but he's at least getting some good experience for himself. And Endeavor could see why Gohan's flourishing. It's because the guidance he has from his father. Goku has mentored Gohan, and he's been directly involved in his life for a while, while Endeavor has tried to craft Shoto, basically treating him like an experiment, a commodity. They both have strong sons, but very different approaches to family. Gohan gets to see a lot of how Endeavor uses his quirk, too. It's interesting because Endeavor's own quirk could work against him as well. Gohan never even realized this up close, but it's good to see how he works around his drawbacks so Gohan could work around his own drawbacks. The two of them don't really grow too close. They build up a little bit more respect for each other, and Gohan gets some great experience from this, but Endeavor's kinda using this to observe. Even though Gohan's quirk is different from Goku's, this gets him more insight on Goku. And not in a nefarious way either. He's curious. Besides his desire to be the number 1 hero, he's a pretty smart guy and he'd want to know everything he can. But Gohan is too, and this is why this is such a great experience for him. He gets to train under one of the top heroes. He gets some pointers from him. Endeavor could point out flaws in his quirk and ways around it. But nothing major happens from this work study. The raid against Overhaul's crew goes pretty much exactly the same. Since Gohan's not involved and he hasn't really affected anything major in this part of the story just yet, it doesn't change the outcome of this. And that's kinda just how things are going to be early on, but as Gohan's journey continues, it is going to be affecting more in the story. It's just kind of a symptom of where he's starting at right now. And of course, we're going to breeze through the remedial exams because that's not really going to apply to Gohan here. Now, the only difference I could think of is when Endeavor's watching this happen, he discusses a few different things with All Might, particularly about Goku and Gohan. Endeavor realizes he needs to grow, both as a hero and as a person. But still, he knows the torch is going to have to be passed, and as of yet, he's waiting for the hero rankings to see if it's him or Goku as number 1. Even All Might wonders, but he tells Endeavor that no matter the outcome, he will need to keep pushing himself if he wants to be number 1, either to maintain the spot or obtain the spot if he doesn't have it. The festival arc is also very straightforward. Again, I'm not going to shoehorn Gohan into every single arc, and he's going to participate in the festival, but I don't really see him being involved with the gentle criminal stuff, since that's mostly Deku's own thing. So we breeze through those last 3 arcs, but to be fair, besides Overhaul, the other 2 are pretty short and innocuous. Now, we go to the pro-hero arc. The question is finally going to be answered. The public is waiting with bated breath. Who's going to be the number 1 hero? Who's going to take All Might's spot? He left a huge vacuum, and they're not sure if anyone could fill it. Even of the 2 candidates, they don't know if Goku or Endeavor are capable of it. As for who the next number 1 is, well, they're about to find out. Goku has fully finished his recovery, and now he can make a public appearance. The doctors are still pretty amazed because his injury was very critical. Of course, thanks to Gohan helping him out, that's how he made it out of there in the first place, but it seems it was mostly due to his quirk. It's not like Goku has super healing or anything, but since he gains power from his soul, and that directly fortifies his body, I feel like it would speed up other processes in his body too, allowing him to have a more effective and fuller recovery. Goku's pretty much back to normal. He's lucky All For One didn't do more to him. But when he makes his public appearance, he returns to a thunderous applause. Everyone's really happy with what he did, and they're viewing him in a new light. Goku doesn't really like the attention like this, but considering he was already top 5 before, it's not really too new. It's just that now he has more eyes on him, including Endeavor's eyes. But Goku realizes he still hasn't gone beyond himself yet. He still can go plus ultra. As for the number 1 hero, I feel like it would end up being Goku. And it's mainly because he's more like than Endeavor. Because of his authenticity, that actually kind of helped his case, and after the fight with All For One, his popularity skyrocketed, obviously. Endeavor stays at number 2. Goku doesn't even really want to be number 1 too much because he wants to keep on growing, and if he's number 1, where could he go from here? The ranking is kind of useless to him. He doesn't care if he's number 1 or number 100. As long as he could still grow physically and personally, that's all that matters to him. This would also make Hawks number 3 instead of number 2, so the top 3 is Goku, Endeavor, and Hawks. Goku doesn't really know Hawks, and he's got to get to know Endeavor more. Endeavor also wants to be more involved, and he doesn't take this personally. Of course, yeah, he's a little bit pissed off that he's not number 1, but it's just a sign he needs to keep on growing. And besides, it's just a ranking. He's strong as is. Not to mention, when All Might was number 1, it was different. He was so far ahead of everyone that no one could ever hope to reach him or even be in the same echelon as him. But here, even though he's number 2, he's not completely removed from Goku. It actually feels like he's a number 2. The old Endeavor would lash out and be angry about this, but he needs to redirect that emotion. His fire still wants to burn hotter, but it doesn't need to burn more destructively. The top 3 has a meeting. Goku also now needs to be a lot more involved being the number 1. So they're having these discussions about current events and such, and this meeting serves as Goku's introduction to Hawks, but also a discussion about the Nomu and what to do about them. The man who was in front of Endeavor's agency before is back again. He once again proclaims himself as the true number 1. It's not going to be Goku, and he knows Goku's in that building. The man reiterates, Mr. Satan is the number 1 hero. This is all caught on camera, and he laughs. The crowd cheers too. A lot of them kind of get that this is an act, but some people actually believe him. He's the number 1 hero. Out of nowhere, a Nomu attacks, going right for Mr. Satan and kidnapping him. This is all caught on camera, and he tries to hit it with a dynamite kick. He briefly does panic, but when his kick lands, the Nomu is then hit by something else. And on camera, it looks like Mr. Satan actually did hurt the Nomu. He flails as he falls from the sky, but just his luck, he lands on something soft and he's okay. He looks up to see that, right when he was kidnapped, some feathers from Hawks hit the Nomu. Hawks, Endeavor, and Goku are ready to fight. And the 3 of them are going to work together. This Nomu is way different from the last. It's insane. The cameras keep catching what's going on. And the Nomu is even dealing some damage, harming Goku and giving Endeavor a scar on his face, just because he was caught off guard. But considering the Nomu was defeated in canon, having Goku here is just kind of overkill. And as Hawks provides support, Goku and Endeavor go in for the final attack. Endeavor charges a Prominence Burn, while Goku charges a Kamehameha. As Endeavor rockets up in the air, Goku also does too, using his ki to propel himself and going into Super Goku. The 2 launch their attack together, making for a joint ultimate move that they call Prominence Flash. Goku feels like he's heard that name somewhere before. The 2 of them stand victorious. A great show for the cameras. It's clear to the public. Despite the ranking change, even though Goku is in number 1, still, these 3 are in their own tier. It's a nice change for Endeavor. He's not a tier behind. He's in the new top tier. Social media lights up, and that same Can't You See kid becomes a meme too. Also, some people believe that Mr. Satan actually defeated the Nomu. Thankfully, his loss wasn't completely visible. Plus, he made it out okay, with no injuries. And people believe that the Nomu targeted him for his power. And it's funny, when he attacked the Nomu with a dynamite kick, now people know his signature move. Bakugo even watches the video on his own, and he hears Mr. Satan shout out this move. Dynamite kick. Dynamite. Holy shit, he has an idea for a hero name. Anyways, now on to joint training. Gohan's pretty much mastered his base by now. His power is controlled and the calorie drain is negligible, and he can finally use his super form in training, which is what he calls Super Saiyaman. And this is what it feels like to go Plus Ultra. All Might's watching on in the training too, and he noticed that Gohan's aura differs from Goku's. Since All Might fought with Goku up close, besides Gohan and Endeavor, he's really the only person to get a really close view of Super Goku. And he could tell just from that aura alone. Goku's aura is intense, but it's refined. It has a definite flow to it. There's no wasted energy. As for Gohan, when he's in his super form, his aura is even more intense, and it's unrefined. His aura oscillates more, and it doesn't have a definite shape. All Might wonders. Goku is still sort of a mystery to him, especially because the one time they fought together at full power was probably the last time they'll ever fight together at full power, since All Might can't really use his power much more. But it makes him wonder, can Gohan's quirk eventually become stronger than Goku's in the long run? He wonders if Gohan has already surpassed Goku. It reminds him of Deku in a way, both of them inheriting a great power, making it stronger and making it their own, and then eventually surpassing the original. Of course, Deku also unlocks Black Whip around this time, so All Might's completely focused on that now. It's a huge shock to see Deku have another quirk. Gohan tries to help his friend out. He's actually involved in this battle where Deku first awakens this, and Deku's completely uncontrolled at the moment. Gohan even needs to use his super form just to fight him. Deku's doing way too much damage, but he tries to talk Deku down. He avoids the Black Whip tendrils and counters them too, getting directly to his friend, placing 2 hands on his shoulders, trying to hold him still. He knows what it's like to lose control of his power. Of course, his power is nowhere near similar to what Deku's is like, but he has some empathy for him. Basically, he's finding ways to tell Deku to just lock in. He can contain that power, and he knows it. Even better, he knows Deku will be able to control this someday. He wishes he knew more about what Deku's power was, because he barely knows much about it in general. But he sees this as a growth opportunity for him. Deku's eventually able to calm down his quirk and retract Black Whip. And Gohan wasn't just saying all of that to say it or to calm him down. He meant everything that he said. It's crazy to see Deku growing even stronger, and Gohan just hopes that he can keep up. And he's glad he didn't have to actually fight Deku while in his super form. Had things gotten too bad, he would have had to use more power to restrain him. Now Deku's unlocking all of his other quirks. Of course, far away, the events of My Villain Academia go on, and that's also going to be completely uninterrupted because not only is Gohan not involved, but the rest of 1A isn't really there either. So now we can go on to the Endeavor Agency arc. It's weird. Goku's the number 1 in ranking, but Endeavor operates more like a true number 1 would. He has all the media appearances, he has the huge agency, he has all the sidekicks, and a lot more money too. Endeavor feels like he could eventually usurp the spot. And by now he probably has no ill will towards Goku. Maybe a little bit of it, but He knows he'll get over it eventually. It's not really Goku's fault. He realizes it's more of his own. But if anything, Goku's going to serve as motivation for him. We don't really need a Vegeta in the story because Endeavor's going to be Goku's rival. He's going to be the Vegeta here. Deku, Bakugo, Shoto, and Gohan all go to Endeavor's agency, and everyone's going to continue working on their power. Gohan already has experience working for Endeavor, and he's glad to be back here. Goku even suggested doing that too. If he's going to go back to work studies, he might as well go back to Endeavor, because he's a shoo-in there. But also, Endeavor is the number 2 hero. It's still going to look really great for him. Goku still does train Gohan on his own, so even though he's not doing any of this official work anymore besides that first internship, still, he gives Gohan a lot of pointers and he watches him train and spars with him. But Goku also recognizes the difference in their quirks and he wants Gohan to grow on his own, not attached to Goku completely. He feels that, in the long run, it'll be way more beneficial for Gohan to find his own growth, and not just copy exactly what Goku did. His power is already unique, so the development for it should be more unique too. Gohan thanks Shoto again for helping him before. He says the last work study was a really great experience, and Shoto's glad for Gohan, but a little confused. Gohan had a good experience with Endeavor? He warned Gohan about his father. He's intense, and Gohan kinda knew it, but he doesn't know the full picture of what Shoto is referring to. But Endeavor was definitely intense, both as a person and in terms of the work that he does. Gohan says he's not sure if his father put out an act or something, but Endeavor seemed a lot more reserved than normal. Still bold, but more reserved. That's kind of a surprise to Shoto, and he sees it more during this. Not only do these 4 students have a lot to work on, but Endeavor does too, in his personal life and his hero life. Though, over this time, Deku, Bakugo, and Gohan get to see more of what the Todoroki family's really like. Deku gets to work on Black Whip a lot more, and Gohan starts getting more experience with Super Gohan. He wonders where he could ascend from here. He needs to find more unique ways to use his quirk. He does remember using Pressurized Blast before to kinda just levitate. It wasn't really flight, but it allowed him to jump really high, so now that he's worked on strength, he wonders if he could work more on movement. Imagine if he could use his quirk to move more freely, using Pressurized Air Blast or just his energy in general. Like, what if he could launch himself in any direction, or even keep himself afloat for a while? He's not sure if he can get true flight, but maneuvering like this in the battlefield in general is going to be really helpful. And as we finish the Endeavor Agency arc, gearing up for the Paranormal Liberation War, this is where we'll leave off for now. What do you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me you want to see more like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.